expand on that. Like, why do you use it?
Well, sometimes I have trouble breathing. I think it's like asthma. I've already been to the doctor, but before I went to the doctor, I was going. And you know, whenever you use Google, it says you a million lists of, oh, you're going to die soon, or you have
100%. That's happened to me multiple times. And what about social media? Like, do you ever look up symptoms on there or find?
Not really, but I have TikTok, and sometimes if you like scroll through enough, you'll find a random video saying, I have this and I have that.
Yes.
I almost died. So it makes you scared.
100%. It's always more severe than you think it is. Yeah, I have that experience as well, but I can kind of understand why you go online to find those answers, because I guess if you have a health question that's like happening right now, you kind of want to know the information rather than book an appointment with your doctor in a week and also spend the money, and maybe it's embarrassing, you know. I don't know. Yeah, fair enough. And what do you think about the information that you find? Like, is it generally like good quality?
No. It's dodgy.
Yes.
Especially on TikTok.
Yes. I feel you there. So what I was thinking we can talk about is some red flags, so to speak, about science that you see online, so you can sort of tell whether it's dodgy or whether it's good. And I'm sure that you already have some anyway. Like for you, when you go online and say you see a video on TikTok about some sort of health thing, do you ever think, this seems a bit strange or dodgy?
But I don't have the knowledge. You know what I mean? I'm not neuroscience expert.
Yes.
So, to me, it just sounds like, okay, I'm guessing because they're saying it.
Yeah, well, 100%. It's hard to sort of test it. Like, I'm a medical scientist by training. So I spend a lot of time studying this stuff. But even when something's a little bit out of my area, I still am finding it hard to sift through the information. So I work as a science communicator now. I spend a lot of time on TikTok, online, Twitter, literally everywhere, kind of trying to understand what's going on out there and like how people are finding information. So yeah, maybe we can go through some red flags. Maybe I can do one and then you can do one. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. Okay, so the first one, I guess, that might ping your radar is if science information is shared and it brings out like really negative emotions in you. Like you're really scared or you're really angry after hearing about it. So let's say there's like a video on TikTok or an article and it goes, fluoride is giving you and your family cancer and you have 3 days to live, or you know, something like that, and you're just like, what? It's kind of scary. So has that ever happened to you? Or?
I think it used to happen with the COVID vaccine. At the beginning when everything was coming out, and we'll get videos saying, oh, can you choose vaccine? Stop here, you never die.
Yes.
That's happened to me. I have a background, so I also studied COVID. So I kind of use it for things not going to do. But I have friends who will always send me videos and like, hey, this is why you shouldn't get vaccinated.
Yes.
Yeah. It works anyway.
So it like gives you that visceral, immediate response. Well, I think unfortunately that's a tactic used by people who are spreading misinformation, because when you have a really negative reaction to something, like you're really angry or scared, it means that you're more likely to engage with that information and remember it and then spread it with other people. And also, once you see information that contradicts that, it's harder to change your mind or change your thinking when you're really emotional about something already. And like, I feel like we can kind of relate to that on other issues that we're super passionate about. It's really hard to change even if we get new information. So like, one thing I would say is, if someone truly is a science expert and they're giving you good, high quality information, they'll just give you the facts and they'll let you decide how you want to feel about that. And maybe you still will feel scared or angry, maybe, you know, there's plenty of bad stuff out there. You're making that choice, and it's so you have a bit more power in that situation, if that makes sense. Okay, so I gave you one red flag. Let's say you're searching for information online. Is there anything about that information that might make you think twice, like anything?
Because they don't have sources for it, and if the source is like a blog from 2010.
Love it. Yes, that is definitely one of the ones I was going to talk about. It's like, if science information is shared, but there aren't any references or sources, and the person who's sharing that information won't provide those sources afterwards, or they become defensive if they're asked for the sources, you know? I think if we've got really good, high-quality, evidence-based information, there's a lot of really great sources. Maybe there's some research that backs that up. So yeah, that's something to look out for. Maybe should we do one more each? And then when we've learned enough? Okay, awesome. I would say another red flag is if there's a really complex question. Maybe it's like, how do we cure cancer? Like, that's a very complex question, right? But then the person who's spreading the information says they've got a really simple solution. They just say, eat a banana a day, it's all good to go. Have you ever seen that online?
I've seen that with apple cider vinegar.
Yeah. Yes.
In the world.
Yes, it's exactly right. And I think it kind of preys on this need that we have as people. Like, we want to find answers and we want to fix things and we want things to kind of make sense and fit neatly into boxes. But unfortunately, that's not really how life works. And science as well is quite complicated, as you know. So yeah, I think if someone's giving a really simple solution to a really complex question, that's probably a reason to think twice.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay, we need one more red flag. And do you have any ideas about like?
Maybe if the source is maybe like a chiropractor, but they're talking about cancer research. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
they're technically a doctor, but not their field.
Yes. That's definitely something that happens a lot, right? I feel like when someone has some medical or science related qualifications or health qualifications, sometimes they'll overreach into other areas and they'll say, I'm an expert on X, Y, Z, or they'll give advice on that. And yeah, that can be a little bit dangerous if they don't have the knowledge and the experience to back that up. So I think if you do see that, it's probably good to investigate that person a little bit further, understand a bit more about their qualifications, and see what other experts in that field are saying as well, and see if it lines up. Yeah,